lay down feels nice for you. Maybe close the eyes. And perhaps take a couple of deeper breaths. You might breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, a bit more of the sigh, or maybe in through the nose and out through the nose. And as you exhale, just let your body soften. So give in to a sense of comfortable happiness. And we're moving through a new moon this week. So whether or not you are interested in the moon, or whether or not you feel there is some kind of connection to your own cycles and the cycles of the moon, you might be aware of it, you might not be aware of it, you might just be discovering it, you might not want to discover it, but I'm just going to offer you a very small read. So this is from a book I love called The Almanac, and it's a seasonal guide. It comes out every year. So the new moon in Gemini. Be true and communicate. At the end of this month, so we're talking right now, our moon wanes into her dark phase. So that is the phase just before new moon, before rising new in the sign of Gemini. You may find the birth of this lunar cycle a little unsettling, as Gemini is an immutable air sign. Mutable signs bring with them a transformational quality, which will be enhanced by this new moon. There is a buzz of communication in the air, trade and exchange is going on in the natural world, and we can't help but be influenced by its vibrations. Make time to find stillness under this new moon. Call in all parts of you that feel scattered by this flurry of early summer activity, and consider what is true for you. Let the tempting invitations, enticements, and promises from those around you settle, and ask yourself from a quiet place, what is my version of the truth as I open up into summer months ahead? What needs to change, and how shall I communicate it? So new moon is normally when we set our intentions. And then as the cycle comes to fullness, all the way into the full moon, that's the time when we have kind of like super manifestation power. So right now is just a little seed that we plant. So if there is anything that comes to mind for this last part of spring, as we move into summer, or just in general, it might be a fully formed kind of sentence. It might just be a word. Just take a little moment with that. If nothing comes to you, just take a moment following your breath. Start to bring the inhale through the nose and the exhale out of the nose, or a gap in the lips. So steady breath. And then let's bring some movement into the body. So you might keep the eyes closed. What kind of movement works for you? Might be bigger and more expansive. It might just be very gentle. And we've discovered in previous practices that sense of also massaging, tapping, rubbing the body, having a little shake out of the body. And as we start to awaken the body, we remember that if we have any sensitive areas, we're just mindful of these. You don't need to be scared or fearful of them. Movement can help. And you might tap into whether you are feeling quite energized in body or whether your body feels quite heavy and tired or somewhere in between. Anything is okay. Let's bring the soles of the feet down onto the ground, tuck the chin to the chest, bring the arms down by the side of the body. So set yourself up for bridge. Push down through the feet as you breathe in, start to lift the hips up towards the sky. Breathe out, roll it back down. Take 4 more, just in your own breath, your own time. So we're only warming up, you don't have to lift too high. Might just be a little squeeze and tilt. Keep following the rhythm of the breath as well as the rhythm of the body. And after that set, there is no rush. Just step your feet out to the edges of your mat. Let your knees knock in. Sweep your arms out a little bit wider. Turn the backs of the hands towards the air. As smooth as we can now with this movement, we take a breath in where we are with the knees towards each other. As you breathe out, let the knees drop to the right. Let the gaze drop to the left. Inhale, we come back to center in that inverted V, and as we exhale, we take them over to the opposite side. So just continue like that, again, with your breath. So everyone's breath will be a slightly different pace. And it might feel nice to just have that drop over to one side and stretch through the body. You might choose to take a couple of breaths there. So just slowly flowing. And then let's come back to center. Bring the knees in towards you, catch hold of the knees. You might circle through the lower back. You might draw the knees apart and back together. You might just rock from side to side or kind of incorporate all of them. So nice little massage out for your spine. Keep the jaw nice and soft. And then we're going to make our way up to a seat, however you feel works for you, rolling up and down or roll to the side. And pop the feet down onto your mat. So you could bring the feet together or have them a little bit further apart, whatever works for you. We'll take the hands behind the knees, roll the shoulders back, so we're lifting the heart nice and tall. Find a gaze point forwards. And then we're going to lift the right toes away from the earth. So you can flex the foot, you can point the toes. Just keep the spine nice and tall. Stay breathing. As you exhale, pop that foot down. As you inhale, lift that. And just holding whatever works there. You could keep repeating that, or if you want to, but we're still going to support the backs of the legs. Just going to nuzzle ourselves into our sit bones, step the feet a little bit closer towards us, lift the heels, we could stay there, or we might lift the toes. And try not to close in this upper body, so we're sitting up and tall. Breathe in here. Just keeping your gaze point forwards. Let's start to turn the knees out, pop the edges of the feet down, fold yourself forwards, bring the chin in towards the chest. You might give your inner feet a little massage or the toes a little squeeze. Let the head be heavy. Let's breathe here. Let's inhale, start to rise back up. Draw the knees together. As we exhale, we're going to turn to the right. So right hand comes behind us. Try not to lean too far back into your hand. So we're pushing and lifting. Just a gentle twist, turning the heart and the belly button round to the right hand side. Breathe in, let's turn to center. And as we breathe out, we'll take it to the other side. Inhale, lifts the crown of the head. Exhale, just gently rolls round to the left. Take a breath in the twist. As you breathe out, come to center. You could cross the legs and roll over the knees, or just drop the knees to the side to bring yourself into your tabletop position. So shoulders over or maybe a little bit behind your wrists, hips and knees, maybe in line if that feels okay. Close the eyes. Either you might want to find stillness, or you might just find a little sway or some movement here. Tap into what intuitively feels good for you for a couple of breaths. And then bring yourself to a neutral central position, tops of the feet down. As we breathe in, belly drops, heart gently opens. As we breathe out, we push the earth away with the hands, spine to the sky, chin to chest. Take 4 more like that, count. Just with your own breath. No rush, just return to neutral, gaze to the earth when you've done that. Keep the hands where they are. Start to journey your knees back. So keep your arms at shoulder width apart. Come down onto the elbows. Feel the seat lift to the sky. Keep the toes on the earth. You might just let the head be heavy here. You've still got a nice little back bend. Or you might slide the fingertips forward. Start to feel the heart space release to the earth. Keep your hips nice and high. Yeah. So coming into our puppy pose. As you exhale, you may or may not feel that there is just this little bit of, it could be softness, could be heaviness, depends how you look at it really, that comes into the heart and allows you to just slide a little deeper. Deeper doesn't mean better. So as we move into summer, I mean, we're definitely not there yet. But as we move to summer, we'll start to look at the heart space. That's the organ connected with summer, opening up into this upper body, the arms. Nice and slowly, as delicately as you can, just lift the gaze. Bring the upper body down to the ground. Take the lower body back, cross the arms, rest the forehead or the side of the head on your arms. You could take your feet out wider, turn the heels in and the toes out. That's something called Makrasana, crocodile. If you need to, you could give your hips a little bit of a wiggle. Try not to squash your nostrils or your nose here. So you do still want to be able to breathe, of course. See if you can bring awareness to your belly or your lower back. So just feeling the rise and fall against the earth as you breathe. If you feel like you need to be a little bit more gentle this evening, you could absolutely stay here. Just enjoy this. Or we can start to bring the legs back to about hip distance, tops of the feet down onto the ground. We'll look towards the earth, catch hold of opposite elbows and start to walk the arms in towards us. So we might come shoulders and elbows in line. That might be too much for the lower back. We're pushing then to lift the heart. So we don't want to be just kind of like, I mean, you could be here. I don't care really. I care about your safety, but if you just want to be like, whatever, then you can be here or you could be here. You could keep the hands where they are. You could turn the fingertips forwards and just nudge the hips forwards, pushing into the elbows to lift the heart a little bit. You could close the eyes. Another option, as long as your lower back feels okay, is to bend the knees and show the soles of the feet towards the sky. I'm going to take a couple of breaths. Do I look like proper hardcore with my black eye? Start like going around to like, well, when we went to the supermarket yesterday, I did say, if anybody asks in the supermarket, I'm going to say, it's an occupational hazard, I'm a boxer. And Jay was like, I know what I believe. That was like, really? I don't look hard. Let's pop the feet down onto the ground, look to the earth, slide the hands round about underneath the shoulders, toes come to the earth, kneecaps do. We push ourselves up, knees together or knees apart as we just recover the spine in our child's pose. Doesn't have to be completely still. You might just want to have a little wiggle of the hips. Let yourself soften as much as you can into it. So the jaw softens, the forehead, the shoulders, the fingers, the thumb. And after a couple of breaths here, grounding, we start to build up the energy a little bit. So let's bring ourselves forwards into our tabletop position. We tuck the toes, the seat comes back to the heels, take a breath in, breathe out, find your downward facing dog. If you want to, you can of course have a wiggle here, a little move around, or maybe you're still, your focus becomes on the breath and the strength of your body. Bum is nice and high. Take a breath in, look forward, shift the body forwards as you breathe out, step or jump the toes towards the backs of the wrists. Inhale, we slide up to our own halfway position. Exhale, we soften the knees, we forward fold, look to the heart or between the legs. As we breathe in, we're going to lift the head, the heart and the hands up towards the sky, join the palms. Breathe out, bring it to the heart. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, come down to the ground. Breathe in, halfway. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, rising up strong. Exhale to the heart. Take one more just with your own breath. Release the hands to the heart, roll the shoulders back and take them down by the side of the body. Gaze ahead or maybe close the eyes. Steady your feet, take a nice deep breath. Let the shoulders drop as we arrive in Tadasana. You might come back to your intention if you had one, or just to a word. One might form now. Might be that you come to soles of the feet on the earth, the steady breath. So find what works as your focus point. Let's blink the eyes open. Make sure we're towards the top of the mat. We're going to work backwards. Breathe in, sweep the hands up, join the palms. Breathing out through the center of the body, fingertips to earth. So inhale, halfway, strength. Exhale, softness into forward fold. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, step the right, then the left foot back into plank. Take a breath in. Breathe out, bring the knees down into tabletop. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, open the spine. Breathe in, we come back to tabletop. Breathe out, seat to heels. Inhale, exhale, back up to downward facing dog. Stillness or a little bit of movement, but try not to use movement to avoid being still because it is a difficult position. Inhale, just shift that weight forwards a little bit as you exhale, step or jump to the top of your mat. Breathe in halfway, nice flat spine. Breathe out, forward fold. Head, heart, hands as we inhale, rise up, join the palms. Exhale through the heart. Breathe in. Out to the earth. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, left and right steps back. Take a breath in here. Breathe out, drop knees to tabletop. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, open the spine. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, seat to heels. Take a breath in to prepare. Breathe out, we're back in downward facing dog. Step in or jump in your way to the top of your mat. Breathing in, flat spine, halfway. Breathing out, release to forward fold. Inhale, rising up. Exhale to the heart. I'm going to take one more. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. You might jump your feet back. See how that works. If not, step is fine. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Come onto the knees. Tabletop. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, open the spine. Breathe in. We're back to our neutral. Breathe out. Seat to heels. Inhale here. Exhale. Downward facing dog. I'm going to take 5 breaths. Last deep breath. Well done. Come down onto the knees, bring them together or take them apart. Nozzle your bum to your heels. You can reach the hands forward, settle them down by the side of you. Whatever you feel you need out of your child's pose. Close the eyes, take a nice deep breath. Try and stay nice and present, nice and focused on something within your practice. Let's slowly bring ourselves back up into our tabletop position. So do you remember before I went on holiday, we tried that new sequence, and if you were here and everyone was like, right, left, WTF, what's going on? We're going to go back to that because it was so much fun. I got it out and was like, should I just pin you? No, we'll try you again. So we're going to take our right toes out to the long edge of the mat. And then turn and take the left foot all the way down. So if you overthink it, you will just be like, huh. So left foot comes all the way down. So we're opening up into this front body. Right hand is down. Left hand we're going to bring behind the head. We're going to inhale, draw that open. As we exhale, we turn and point the elbow to the earth. Breathe in, we open up. Breathe out, we turn it down. Take 3 more like that in your own time. Just nice and steady. After that last one, you might take the left fingertips up to the sky. You might place the left hand on the hip. Where do you feel comfortable? This right shoulder is over the right wrist or maybe a little bit behind. Option here, stay where you are, gaze straight ahead or maybe up. Otherwise, you could lift your left foot away from the earth, push the heel away, and we're in a version of our side plank. So steady breaths. Think about turning forwards to the front of your mat and stepping the left foot forwards. So we're going to bring the left hand down and sweep the left foot forwards. We find ourselves in a lunge. Inhale, we reach up, bring the hands behind the head as we exhale. Breathe in, we roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Breathing out, bring the elbows together, come down inside that left leg. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Take 3 more. Again, just with your own breath. So really bring the shoulder blades together when you're lifting, separate them when you lower. After that last one, but no rush, you keep the hands behind the head. You could bring the hands to the hips or take the fingertips to the sky. Push down through that left foot. Find your gazing spot. Breathe here. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, bring the hands down inside that left leg. Inhale, lift the right knee. Exhale, step into plank. Breath in. Breath out, pop down onto the knees, tabletop. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, open the spine. Breathing in, we come back to center with the spine and we take a breath out. Let's go to the other side. Our left toes turn out to the long edge of the mat and our right toes step up. So we'll be on our left hand. You could be on inner edge of foot or the sole of the foot. Open into the heart. Bring that right hand behind the head. Breathe in. As you breathe out, take it down towards the ground. Inhale, open. Exhale, close it down. 3 more. Just steady with your breath. No rush. After that last one, you could keep the hand behind the head, bring the hand to hip or fingertips to side. And just an option, you could lift that right foot away from the earth. You might lift it a tiny bit, take a breath and lower it down. So it's about practice. Steady breath, rest. Start to think about stepping that right foot forwards and turning. So right hand comes down, right foot steps through. We make a little readjustment. Inhale, let's rise up. Exhale, interlace the fingers, bring the hands behind the head. Breathe in, really lift the heart. Breathe out, open through the back body. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more, just with your own breath. So think of the upper movement a little bit like a cat and cow. After the last one, but no rush. Keep the hands where they are. Bring them to the hips, take them to the sky or anywhere else that feels comfortable. Just catch the breath, gaze wherever you feel comfortable to. Imagine you're gazing, if that was just someone else. You're like, I feel comfortable just gazing here. You just poked your tongue out, by the way. If only I could write reviews on my students on Google. Let's take a breath in. As we breathe out, hands come down. Inhale, lift the back knee. Exhale, step into plank. Breath in. Breath out, come down onto the knees. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, open the spine. Breathe in, we come back to center. Breathing out, we're going to start to walk the knees back. Drop the elbows down, let the bum come high. We're coming back into our puppy pose. You can always support your upper body a little bit by catching hold of opposite forearms or elbows if it feels quite intense. You can support your knees with a blanket if you need to. As you breathe out, maybe there's a little softening of the chest to the earth. Maybe not. You might be in the position that you need to be. We're going to slide ourselves forwards once more. So nice and slowly, we lift the gaze, come onto the front of the body, cross the arms, rest the head. Take the feet out wide, or if we wish, heels in, toes out. We're back in Makarasana. Bring awareness to the belly or the low back and your breath. Relax the face, the shoulders. Stay here if you wish, or we're going to come into that Sphinx position with an option of seal. So the feet come back to about hip distance, maybe a little wider. We bring the tops of the feet to the earth. Taking hold of opposite elbows, we walk them in. We're listening to the back of the body the whole time. We could stay here, or we could bring the hands forwards. Lifting the heart, not collapsing into the upper body. You might close the eyes. If it's too much for the neck, we can absolutely just drop the gaze to the earth. That doesn't mean we're collapsing. It just means that we're softening into the neck. If we want to try a couple of breaths in our seal position, we take the hands out wider. So think corners of the mat. And it's kind of this bottom part of your hand that we're pushing into. So we push and lift. Again, we're not collapsing, pushing and lifting away. If it feels too much for the back, we drop the elbows down. Let's release down, slide the hands into us, tuck the toes, push ourselves up, that little bit of energy, then into our counter pose of child's pose, whatever version feels good for you. So we're going to take in a moment one more set of our side plank with a little bit of a twist, not an actual physical twist, a little bit of a twist to it, if you want. But before we do that, we pause, we reground, we catch our breath. Just check in with how we feel. And let's slowly make our way back into our tabletop position. If you need to, you could close the eyes, just come back to kind of having that intuitive little wiggle. Couple of cat and cows, if that works. It's like the simplest, but probably one of my favorite movements. And then let's turn those right toes out. Press the right hand down, take the left foot away. So we're back in that side plank position. We're going to see if we can lift the left foot away from the earth. We take the left hand behind the head. So we'll breathe in this position. As we breathe out, we bring the knee and elbow towards each other. We inhale, we extend back. We exhale, knee and elbow come towards each other. So taking 3 more like that. And then you could keep the hand where it is, lift the fingertips up towards the sky, bring the hand on the hip. Our other variation is to bring that left heel towards the bum, catch hold of the top of the foot, draw the hips forwards, open up into the heart. Nice. Let's think about bringing that left foot forwards and stepping into a lunge. Hand comes down, we turn and stride. Inhale, we sweep the hands up. Exhale, we're bringing them down. Take a breath in, lift that right knee. As we breathe out, we step into plank. Your choice here. You can come onto the knees and take cat and cow, or you can come down through a vinyasa. We'll all meet either in tabletop or lifting up into downward facing dog, whatever you prefer. Wherever it is, breathe. Let's pop down onto the knees. Start to turn the left toes out, step that right foot long. Bringing the hand behind the head, seeing if we can just lift those right toes away from the earth. For some people, it will help to tuck the left toes for a little bit more stability. Take a breath in long, breathe out, bring in our knee and our elbow towards each other. Inhale long. Exhale, knee and elbow. 3 more like that. So nice and steady. After that, you can always pop the foot down, lift the fingertips to the sky, hand on hip. You might choose to bend the knee, take the foot behind you, draw the hips and heart forwards. Thinking about stepping that right foot forwards, release the foot, release the hand, step through. Inhale, sweep the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, bring them down. Breathe in, lift that left knee. Breathe out, we step to plank. Again, it's your choice. You could take a vinyasa, or you could pop onto the knees, cat. Let's come into our last downward facing dog. Movement or stillness, whatever you feel you need. Drop down onto the knees. Knees together, knees apart, whatever your version is. Slide yourself down onto the earth. and take your child's pose. Well done. Try and stay present, whether that is just maybe with the slowing of the breath or the heartbeat, coming back to an intention if you had one. It might even be just with the touch of ajna, the space between the brows, onto the earth. So Gemini, where the new moon is at the moment, is an air sign, so connected to breath. It's also connected to throat, communication, finding or speaking our voice. Nice and slowly, just making your way up into a seated position. You might be on the knees with the bolster between the legs. You might drop over and cross the legs. Somewhere comfortable just for a short concentration practice. So wipe that bead of sweat away, have a little sip of your drink, whatever you need. Just the close, then close down the eyes. Keep the spine nice and tall, but not too rigid. If you're more in the mindset of kind of releasing something, someone, whatever it may be, you might turn the palms up towards the sky. If you're calling something in, you might just pop the palms in towards your body. If you can't decide, just whatever feels best. And bring awareness to your breath. Just natural breath. And that flow of air might be the sound of your breath, temperature, the way it moves the body. See if you can stay with whatever it is that draws your attention and awareness about your breath. Absolutely, the mind might drift away and go, oh, that noise outside. Oh, that thing from today. Oh, that thing from 6 years ago. When it does, perhaps you take a deeper breath. You release that thought. And you just come back to where you were. Let's do your best. I'm going to take 2 minutes. Just allow yourself to gently release from whatever it is you're focusing on about your breath. Take a deeper breath. And gently blink the eyes open. So with that kind of level of calm and quiet, we're going to come into boat pose. Works really well now. You can tell I've been sequencing yoga for 15 years. So nice and calmly, we're going to take the hands behind the knees. We could absolutely just come back to lifting and lowering, focusing on keeping this open rather than kind of closing down. We might walk the toes in, lift the heels, stay there. We might lean back, lift the toes. We might extend the legs, extend the arms. So pick your version. Keep the gaze forwards. Maintain that calm, steady breath. Start to open the knees, pop the blade edges of the feet down. Just fold yourself forwards. Let the head be nice and heavy. Give the feet a final little massage, or the inner legs, connected to the liver, this idea of detoxification, but not only just physical. Detoxification is sometimes a process of cleansing and releasing, so let them go. Let's slowly lift the upper body up. Take a breath in, chin to sky. Breathe out, chin to chest. A couple more like that. Bringing the head to center. As you exhale, drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale brings us center. Exhale takes us left. A couple more like that. So Gemini is also this idea of the twins. It could be yin and yang, sun and moon, light and dark. There's always an evil twin, right? Has anyone here a twin? Has anyone here got an evil twin? But that idea of strength and softness. Let's slowly pause, gather what you need. If you do run quite hot and your temperature heats up quite quickly, you might want your blanket because it's likely that you'll cool down quite quickly. Just bring yourself down onto the back of your body. Pop the feet to the earth so you can feel the spine just relax. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Take your time. And if here you're like, yeah, just gonna relax, that's fine. Last few shapes are just nice and restorative positions. So we're going to bring the right knee in towards us. Just give it an encouraging squeeze. Left foot is to the earth. We'll take that right thigh out as wide as we can away from the right rib cage. Left hand just rests on the left hip. Right hand comes behind the right thigh and draws it down in towards us. You might stay there in this kind of version of half happy baby. You might start to turn the sole of the right foot to the sky. If you are comfortable and confident with it, you could reach and take hold of the right calf, the right big toe, the sole of the foot, and just gently draw that right knee as if you're trying to pull it into your right armpit or past the right shoulder. For a little bit more intensity down the inside of the legs, you could extend your left leg down onto the mat. Some people like that. Just be truthful. If you feel like it's a bit much, then pop the foot back down on the Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, just release that. Pop both of the feet back down onto the ground. Let's come onto the other side. We inhale, left knee comes in. Give it an encouraging little squeeze. Just adjust it over to the left side of the body. Right hand right here, left hand back of thigh. Stay there. We'll start to turn the sole of the foot to the sky. Make any adjustment that you are working with or that you want to practice. Do what you will with that right leg. Try and keep a softness to the shoulders and the face if you can. As you breathe out, let's bring that foot down to the ground. Step both feet back onto the earth. Step them wide, knees knock in. We've been here before. Take the arms a little wider, backs of the hands to the earth. Make it smooth. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, drop the knees to the right, the gaze to the left. So here, a little bit different to your regular twist. As long as it feels okay, it can be more of an intense inner leg stretch. Just stay here, soften the shoulders to the earth. If it doesn't feel right, then by all means, you can stack the legs instead or give them a little adjustment. Let the face relax. Maybe you're closing the eyes. Let's start to turn the head back to center, draw those knees back to center. So we come back to that start position and we just take a breath. On our next natural exhale, knees go left, gaze goes right. We soften the face, we make any adjustments that we might need. And sometimes, and it happens to me as well, I'm still just a practitioner, you might find that as you come to the end of your practice, you just start to check out. And that's fine. Just notice if that happens or has happened. See if you can draw yourself back in. So these are some of the most important moments of practice. The wind down, the settling of all that energy that we've moved around the body. The rest that comes at the end. Let's bring the gaze and the knees back to center. If there's anything else that would feel right for you, a stretch, a wiggle, a little massage, a little tap of any areas. Just take that opportunity now. And then really mindfully start to place your body down into Shavasana. So with just as much care and attention as any other shape or a little bit of flow that we've explored. What do you need? A blanket, a bolster, an eye pillow, nothing at all? Do you need something extra that I can get for you? Do you need to lie on your back or do you need to turn onto your side? Maybe you need to come to a seat to be comfortable today. close the eyes if that feels okay. It can just really kind of help to allow us to close down and come inside. Adjust the clothes, any props that might be annoying that are around you. So we limit our distraction as we start to let our body soften. And we might just follow that element of air, the ebb and flow of the breath. You might come back to a word or intention. You might be noticing the parts of your body in touch with the earth that are just softening, softening, softening. Nothing else to do. Exactly where you're supposed to be this Wednesday evening, here with these people in this space. Becoming aware of your breath, perhaps taking a deeper breath. Becoming aware of your body. Starting to bring some gentle movement to your body in the way that feels best for you. There is no rush. And when you feel ready to, just gently roll yourself over to your side. Snuggle up there for a moment. Maybe keep your eyes closed as you push into the air Just slowly start to rise upwards. Come into a comfortable seat. Sit nice and tall, nice and confidently. And you might place the hands onto the heart. You might join the palms to you, or close and seal the practice with a single Om. So in a moment, we'll take a breath in, and as we breathe out, we'll Om, hum, or just listen. Inhale. Om. Breathe in. Breathe out. Perhaps just bowing chin to chest, thanking your body, breath, mind, perhaps spirit and soul, if that is your belief. We thank each other, our community, and of course, thank you for joining me, trusting me. It's lovely to be back. Have a good evening, good rest of your week. If I don't see you, the light and dark in me honors the light and dark in me. Namaste.